Hello everyone, welcome to our first Cities Skylines 2 video. Couldn't be more excited to get started playing this game. When they first announced it, I went a little crazy, was super happy and excited, so let's jump right in. So we're going to start a new game. We'll be picking the Mountain Village map. I think this is going to be a fun map to play on. Just simply, it's quite flat in the middle, but it's a little space constrained, which maybe will help. I'm running the game okay so far, but if we can keep the build small to start, that should help us out in the long term. So let me know too if you guys like the music playing in the background. If not, we can turn that off. But the soundtrack in this game is amazing, so pretty happy to play with it on. We're gonna switch the theme to North American, and we're not gonna play with Unlock All and Beverly Hills. I don't know. We'll start with something but then we'll change that eventually. Yeah, let's start the game. It loads quite fast, and as you can see, before we even really need to pause or anything like that, we should be into the game. So there we go. This is real-time loading. Quite impressive. Spinville takes about over 2 minutes. So anyways, welcome to our Cities Skylines 2 video. Here we are in our starting square. As you can see around here, the terrain quite high and significant in some areas, but lots of nice flat areas for building. So pretty excited to work in this map here. I kind of took a look before starting the video just to kind of see where we wanted to build and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, this is just amazing. Like, I'm just so happy to be here playing City Skylines 2. So anyways, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is just do a little bit of flattening. Again, like pretty good in this map. I was playing on a different one to start with, and it was like, the amount of flattening you kind of had to do starting off was a bit crazy. So we're gonna take this up nice and big, and just kind of flatten that out a little bit. It'll just kind of help us out a little bit. The game does better with terrain. It could be better, but anyways, we'll take it for what it's worth. I know that the devs put a lot of time and effort into this game, so we'll start by building our first roadway network down here, and we're gonna build our residential kind of here in the back, sort of starting in this middle. I don't know, want to say middle area over here, but yeah, so we'll place out, we'll give the grid tool a bit of a try. So we'll come out, maybe keep it to a 90, 100 and, I'm gonna 120 meters, and just sort of start a nice grid here. We'll drag it to just close by to this forest. And yeah, right about there. And we can do the same thing on the other side. It should work out nicely for us. Emphasis on should. A couple things I have finding sometimes, yeah, it's a little hard to measure because I can't just click over and do it again, but see if this will stop. If not, we can do it manually. We're learning here, so there's no right or wrong way to do things, I think, starting out a new game like this. So we'll take that one again to just about there, and then what we can do is we'll come in and actually just replace this road here, and with the snapping you can get it nice and right where you want it to. So yeah, that's our starting grid. Let's get some people moving in. Really happy that you can take off these info views just to make it easier to see. I never used toggle it in CS1 because I had a hard time trying to figure it out. But anyways, we'll start with just a small gridding pattern, and we want to try and leave a little bit of space. So far, I've found in my testing that this kind of lessens the chance of you getting the high rent complaint early on in the game, because the smaller the house size, as far as I understand, the cheaper the rent is. So if we just do a nice little zoning pattern here. Oh, I love this song. then that will kind of help us out a little bit. And we can do some bigger lots here in the back as well. We can just do mass zone, and the game will kind of decide how much to put in there. But while we're waiting, we'll put in just a few tiny little details. Some paths here. And my favorite feature here is snapping into the road. And in typical fashion, I've forgotten to start off with power and water. So let's just pause the game real quick and we'll take care of that. Alright, I'm going to make use of the groundwater deposit, and we'll put that down over here in this area. This is a nice big groundwater deposit area, so we'll start with that and kind of see how that serves us. And it looks like I've kind of just placed this the wrong way, so we will relocate and just right click, twisted it around, place it back down, and then we can put out a road in front of it. And of course, guys, always looking for name suggestions and any ideas that you have. With this being a newer game, it's going to be learning for all of us, and whatever you find works for you. If you see something I'm doing and you're like, hey, this actually works better, like, feel free to leave a comment, and let's learn to play this game together. And really draw into that community aspect that we all love Cities Skylines. So then we'll get our water outlet, and because we're using groundwater, not too worried about getting polluted, but we will just place this over here anyways with our water flow heading that way. And then we'll connect some pipes. Just be careful when doing the pipes. The snapping is a bit hard to tell sometimes when stuff is connected, so you might just have to zoom in real close and make sure that you've actually connected it in there properly. So electricity wise, this map doesn't really have any good wind production, just simply because of where it's we're located in the middle of a valley, so I haven't been able to find anything too worthwhile. So what we will do instead is in this area we'll place a transformer, and we'll just import our power to start with. It is nice to have the ability to export if you want, but not every map is going to have that capability, so we'll place this down here. We'll connect it to our power line like so, and then we can unpause it to get back into it, and everything should be all hooked up. Pardon the camera twist, I'm still getting used to the camera controls as well. So but yeah, I love the look of these assets. I'm happy the game is running so far on my gaming laptop. Time will tell, but anyways, hopefully, yeah, the game will get further optimized as time goes on. So yeah, we'll just keep zoning away. So for our industry, one thing we can check here is our air pollution, and we can see what direction the air is blowing, and that'll help us determine where's the best place to place down some of our industry. So do want to sort of maybe place some just in this area, just a little bit away from there's a lot of dense forest here, which will be great for starting off forestry industry. So we'll come in and we'll bring a nice straight road in through here. I'm gonna turn my lovely contour lines on. Thank you, Colossal, for adding that in and listening to the community. That was really exciting to see. They just kind of, everyone was like, where are they? And the next day, they were in the game. So it makes me very confident that this game has a very long supported future ahead. So I was a little nervous because I had pre-ordered and I was debating, do I keep it or not and do the Game Pass way, but I think I'm willing to commit. So get this road in here like so, and then maybe we'll just do a little bit of a nice grid. Again, a little hard to measure, all it is just going to show you angles. So if you wanted to know how long your road was, you're just going to have to kind of click beside and see, okay, where roughly would I want to play something. So maybe we'll go here and start from there. Give the gridding tool another shot. Right to the end of this road here. You can kind of see too, like, the road will start to turn black if it's going to disappear, and then if you can sort of figure out where roughly you want to bring it to. And we'll bring it down. Oh, that's 244 meters. And then we'll just place a nice straight road in here as well. And this is where, yeah, our industry will start. It does take a little bit. I was surprised for your city to actually start physically growing. Like the buildings, they'll build in, and then they don't build as fast as they did in Cities Skylines 1, which I think, from what I understood, was intentional. They wanted to sort of slow the pace at the beginning of the game, so you kind of do have to play in 3-speed a lot just to sort of get things going. But anyways, we'll come back and we'll keep zoning in some housing here, some low density housing. Take care of that demand. Sometimes it does seem a little insatiable, but you know, we'll keep going here. So I'm just placing these small little grids, and then as soon as the house starts to build in, then you can kind of zone next to it without worrying too much about your zoning pattern kind of getting messed up. So we'll keep carefully zoning in. Oh yeah, advertisement. We'll just switch the radio. There we go. Actually, you know what? I think if we stay on that, turn ads off. There we go. The ads are kind of helpful when I was starting my first city, because sometimes you don't really notice. You're kind of lost in the zoning, and you know, things are happening and your city is running out of a service and you have no idea what's going on, because it's just, you're so immersed into the game and that kind of stuff. So I do find them useful, but you know, we'll keep them mostly turned off for now here. And yeah, we'll just keep adding in little bits of zoning, any little bits of path detailing that we can. Put that up to there. And, yeah, you know, we can create some interesting pathing through here as well. I know the detailing aspect of things is a bit challenging right now. You know, with a lot of us were hoping for a line tool to use, because it does save a lot of time when you're trying to detail, but I think sometimes, you know, we'll just have to kind of adapt a little bit to the game until, you know, these things do become available. But there are different ways to be detailed, or, you know, this will really push maybe some of your city designing skills to kind of change how you design and build your cities to better detail them. So anyways, we'll try and find some trees to place that'll fit, that's not going to overlap. Yeah, a bit frustrating sometimes if you don't get the spacing right, like in here. So yeah, I'll get that cleaned up here, and we'll... Alright, so we snuck in a little bit of detailing. Takes some time, but anyways, if we come into our zoning too, we can kind of zone around the landscaping we just did, so then, you know, nothing gets deleted, or I don't know if it actually goes over it yet or not. I haven't tried that yet, but yeah, we'll just keep getting everything zoned in here. And here we are, we've reached our first milestone. We are now a tiny village. Let's pop into our development tab and see what we've unlocked. So under our milestones, under tiny village, we now have city budget, statistics, some row housing, more roads, healthcare, garbage management, all available. And we only get one development point to start with, so not too much that we can really unlock with that here in the start. Maybe we'll get our crematorium just to start off with for now. And yeah, once we get to our next milestone, we will start looking at other options. Alright, let's look at getting our citizens the services that they're looking for. So we'll add in just another grid here. I'll just quickly measure this. 128. So come down to 128. And we'll go straight across. Add a 90. Hook in there. Make sure our grid is nice and snapped at a 90-degree angle. There we go. So we placed in our medical clinic to start with, and then as many of you know, there are some upgrades that do come with this. So we do have the depot, which can attach to the side, but we have the extension wings that we can add at the back for more patients. So we want to leave some room. They can kind of snap around the building for the most part, but yeah, we'll leave a little space over here for that. And across from the clinic, maybe what we'll do is we'll start adding in some of our row housing just to sort of blend that into this area here. So coming to our North American medium density again, I'm going to use the marquee tool, and I don't want to make these too big to start off with, especially because they're going to be close to a service. So and I'm hoping I'm right about this size of the lot idea, but we'll see how it plays out. If I'm wrong, well, no harm done, I guess, for the most part. So we'll add in these row housings. Once this edge one is placed, then we can put that there. And that'll stop it from zoning on the wrong side of the road there. But we'll let that grow in. We'll add a bit more commercial along our main collector as well. Make those buildings nice and big. And just keep zoning, paying attention to what we're looking for. It does seem that, yes, you kind of have to really keep on top of the zoning. They will start complaining that there's nowhere to live if the demand is high and you haven't quite zoned in everything. So we'll tuck in a little bit of the row housing where we can, like so. And then we'll just let this all fill in. We do have garbage management. We can leave that for now. They won't really start complaining about garbage collection quite yet. But yeah, we'll let some of that grow in. We'll work on a little bit of some maybe path detailing if we can while we have a moment before the demands start calling my name again. But get a path there. Maybe we'll build one there. And the great thing about the new road tools is you can just go straight through like that and create crossings all along the way. If you don't want them there, we don't have it unlocked yet, but in the advanced road services you can make crosswalk adjustments. So we'll look at maybe unlocking that in some of our next steps. But right in behind, we'll kind of place the crematorium. Maybe we'll place it down here as well. And that'll kind of have that. I'm just going to move it over a little bit. Have that in place for when we need it. Ooh, I don't know what that was, but it's kind of dark. So anyways, come back to that later, but you see a lot of our medium density housing is starting to zone in now, and the demand is going up, so we'll keep placing those in. That one can be a little bit longer. Do some longer ones on this side as well. Make sure we have homes for everyone. And again, once we have a bit of a quiet moment, we can get into some detailing along this path here. Alright, so here we are in the start of our new city in Cities Skylines 2. Really happy watching this city come together and come to life, you know. Again, I was a little worried that the game wasn't going to run on my laptop, but so far so good. We're going to keep this video nice and short. I just put it together because I was playing the game all day and getting the hang of it pretty quick, so pretty happy to be starting this series with you guys. Final thing to do before we leave is give our city a name, so pretty excited. I think what we will do is we'll stick with our aviation theme from Spinville, and we're going to name this Properton, and that'll be our city name. So give me any suggestions you have for builds, things you see, things you hope to see in City Skylines 2. And yeah, you know, again, as you're playing the game, leave some comments too for me. Let me know what you find out and what works for you and what doesn't, and let's learn to play City Skylines 2 together. So thank you for tuning in today. Really appreciate all of you taking the time to watch my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Take care. Bye bye.